Here we have a Pokemon Crystal game with a bad battery, which I will demonstrate. Go to save. And if you want your Game Boy mod, we can also do that too. I'm gonna turn it off. Give it a couple of seconds. And what you should see now is, yep, unable to save. So we're gonna show you how to do it. What we have here is Pokemon Crystal version. And on the back, it uses a 3.8 millimeter game bit screw. What I have over here. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna open it up. And we're gonna pull down the cartridge to release it. It uses a CR2025. Right here is the positive, and here is the negative. What you want to do is just you want to desolder it. What I usually do is I usually add solder to my soldering iron, and you're gonna just mix it in. See how it is starting to turn molten. You can just lift it up like you did with this side and basically do the same thing. See how it's turned to molten? You can now just get it off. And we can clean these off as well. So how to take it off is, again, simple. I have a solder sucker. So you want to get it molten, as you can see. And then with this, 1, 2, 3. And you see how a whole bunch came off? That's what you want. See? Now we're going to do the other side. See how it turns to molten? And all you're doing easily is just pushing it down. Then 1, 2, 3. And you just take it off. It'll be so much easier when you reapply it. See? The joys of having a solder sucker. Now my friend, he wanted to replace his own battery with it, so he got himself a CR2025. But he didn't know that that the ones that they have, that Nintendo uses, are spot welded. So here we make our own spot welding batteries. I have these tabs, and I have a smart spot welder. I'll show you how to use it. So what I did was I pre-cut what I needed to use. One thing about this is that you can always take way more because they're easy to cut. So you put it right here. And one thing about when using a spot welder, please use eye protection because as you will see, it will spark. So what I do, right about here. See how it made a little spot weld? Now what I want to do is just keep on doing a little more. Until I feel it's good. See how this tab isn't going nowhere? That's how you know it's spot welded. And we're gonna do the other side. I was expecting a bigger spot weld. Like I said, you could just put it on it. We can just go like maybe middle, at least line it up. We can always cut this part. If it's being cooperative. Now, one thing about the spot welder, it's made for this, so you don't have to worry about it messing it up. There's some people that solder it, which you're not supposed to solder it at all because it can actually damage the battery. But, you know, I'd like to make sure that it was off, that's why. I guess it timed itself out. But, you know, I like to do a couple. Just with my own peace of mind that I know that it's spot welded on. And as you can see, it's not going nowhere. What I like to do is prep the board. So I just, you know, clean it off. Removes the old flux using IPA alcohol. After cleaning, what I like to do is just take a little bit of some solder paste and just put a little bit down so it can flow on the board. And a little bit on the metal. Now, it's important to line it up. And if you ever get confused, positive is always on the bottom, and positive is pointing right here, negative is on this side. And as you can see, it lines up perfectly. So little to no trimming was done. And one thing about this is you don't have to wait a couple of weeks if you decide to use other services like AliExpress, because they take a while. So what I'm doing now is I'm loading up my solder, well, my soldering iron with solder. And don't know if you guys can see this or not. Just bring it some down. I'm gonna put more down. So this side. I just wanted to tack it down a little bit. As you can see, it's stuck, but I'm gonna do it off camera, more better. Now that I did it off camera, I like it more better with the nice shiny blobs. And if you want to test it out, just take your multimeter Don't know how I'm gonna be able to do this. But you put the lead on positive and one on negative. And there you go, 3.2. It's a fresh battery. Meanwhile, the old one, .04, not even a volt. So yeah, that's why I wasn't saving at all. So now we're gonna turn it on, and then we're gonna have to resave everything. As you can see, starts. We're gonna do a new game. Yes. And then we're just gonna fly through everything. So we're going to pick, let's play Chris again. And then what we're gonna do is we're going to save it. Start, save. It should say 0.00. Or 0.01. Probably takes a minute for it. So same as last time. Give it a few seconds, and it really should save. Turn it back on, and it should give us the load screen with our name. See? It's saved. So thank you. This is Alvin from Retro Resellers SSK, and this is one of the many features that we offer. Have a great day. And yes, Dave, please get a tripod.